Hey guys, this is OddOneGaming. This is going to be another Dragonheir SilentGods video. In today's video, I want to show you a fun team that you can use in order to beat once more onto Tales of Forest on stage 4. And the reason why I want to show you this one, and I wanted to emphasize this fight specifically, is because, well, we can get, by doing stage 4, page of legendary poems. And these are extremely important because these are going to give you the best ways to actually acquire scrolls every single week for your heroes. Like, you might be pulling yourself lots of good rares, lots of good epics, lots of legendaries, or even if it's 1 or 2, but you might be lacking these the scrolls for them, you know, because they're not as easy to come by. They are given in different areas of the game. However, it's not like, you know, you get them everywhere. Maybe you got Utior as an example, and you might not be having, I have a ton, because, you know, I've been doing lots of content. I do get some content creator perks, so I do have some of these ones. But after you start doing it, you might be, you know, it might be getting scarce, especially if you get towards the end game where you'll basically need around 6 teams, you know, 6 full teams. You would prefer to have most of them already scrolled up because that's gonna help you be able to land your stuff. Like, for example, I have 16 of the scholar ones, but I wish I had more, okay? I wish I had more because there's so many more epics that I would like to book. Like, I would book Deverick for my, for my Necrosis teams. I would book Foley for my wild team, and so on and so forth. And obviously you can get some scrolls. First of all, there's like legendary ones which you can get 10 a month from here with War Marrow. But then after that, apart from like buying them, the best ways to get them is if you go into the exchange shop. We're gonna have some in the arena if you do the team arena, which I don't do it because I'm not a big fan of that. Then in the Alliance shop, there's nothing. Amethyst shop, nothing. Season shop, obviously it's only once per season. So the only actual straight up shop is the Bard's Banquet. And this is where you can get yourself 1 Master Scroll every 2 weeks. And then you have 3 of the Scholar ones. But obviously if you don't have enough resource, it might be tough. You know, it might be tough to choose like, okay, what do I get? So being able to do the high stages of that is going to help. So let me show you the team that I came up with, which is, you know, I'm basically just going to explain the principle of the team. It does not have to be exactly this team, but, you know, you basically, what you need in this team is you're going to need 1 or 2 healers, or like 1 healer and a good tank. For example, I have Garius as my tank, then I have Quarion as my healer that also brings defense up. You're gonna need 1 or 2 attack penalty heroes. In my case, because I have Quarion that also brings me defense up, I'm only using Yola for her attack penalty on the ultimate, which helps me, and then 2 DPS heroes, which I have Shelter and Nimbus. So it's basically no legendary. I do have some good epics in here, but, you know, I'm quite sure I could swap out Garius in there for a Horus, and I could swap out Quarion for Hexandra. You might just have to have different builds. Maybe I would throw in Erich in there, but I just did not have them built, so I wanted to show you with this team that I have. I'm also using my defense aura from Garius just to make it safe, and it might not be 100%. This is what I'm gonna say from the beginning. You might not have this to be 100%, be as easy, and you might have to manual it a little bit, because you know what? These fights are done only once per week, okay? So as an example, I'm doing the attack penalty now, I'm doing the damage, I got a heal from Garius and whatnot. Now, I could stop, for example, if Yola gives the chance to go back to it, I could stop her from doing the attack penalty, or I could stop Quarion from doing the defense up, because once we get past those 2 bosses, we have to deal with 2 stages, the 2 minions. We have to deal with 2 stages of the boss himself. And basically what he does is he does lots of AoE hits and then some single target hits. So this one's like basic attack is an AoE hit. Then he's gonna do this AoE that's gonna hit on the left side, and then he's gonna do the AoE to hit on this side. But as you can see, we're okay for now because we have the attack penalty on the boss, so we're not receiving as much damage. But as soon as the attack penalty goes off, I have the increased defense from Quarion. Otherwise, this one, look at this. This one hits really hard. If I did not have attack penalty or a defense up when he does that hit, it might be game over. So you need to keep in mind that you need to be careful with the skills that you do. Okay, so again, we get a defense up, the attack is gonna go down. Now the boss disappears. We have the time to deal with these, with these buds. The advantage with this one is if you are getting low before the boss did that, this can help you. So for example, I'm going to stop my defense up right now because I don't want to use it. I want to keep it for when I finish those ones and the boss comes up. And now I can use the defense up to protect my people, okay? Boom, see, they get a hit, but now hopefully I should have enough damage. I have the attack penalty as well. So it's always, that's really important. Like, honestly, the most important debuff in this game, from my point of view, is attack penalty, because most of the bosses hit so hard, and if you do not have attack penalty, you're just not going to be able to survive, or it's just going to be a little bit too difficult. Another thing that I could have done is I could have held off on the attack penalty from Yola, because the boss was almost dead. But luckily, because I have my people grouped up, also keep in mind the way that I have my people positioned is I have them grouped up so that when Quarion does his heal, he heals everybody. And again, he heals everybody, puts the defense up, and now we alternate again, and we have Yola's attack penalty. So that makes it easier. So this boss is not that hard, okay? So it's not that hard, but you still need to keep in mind those important things, and those are, like I mentioned, having attack penalty or having defense up, because otherwise the boss can just one-shot you, okay? So even if you have to just have 1 DPS, even if the fight is going to be slower, as long as you beat it, it does not matter how long it takes. You only have to do this fight once per week, and then, you know, you're good to go. And the rewards are gonna be amazing, because getting between 1200 to 1800 of those scrolls are gonna be huge. Look at this, the boss hits hard, but again, we're back to the attack penalty. We also get the defense up from Quarion. So this fight is pretty easy if you have the key components in there. But that's what I wanted to mention. You need to have the key components in there so that you can tackle it, and then that's it. The boss is beaten. Obviously, I'm using my best champions normally in this team. I'm using my legendaries and whatnot. You can see I can do it in 2 minutes and 30 seconds, but still, I wanted to show you that it can be done without any legendaries, and I'm quite sure, built well, you can do it even with all rares, as long as you have, like I said, the right stuff in there. Healing, defense up. I'm not really sure like you necessarily need a tank, because the boss does only AoE hits. I just wanted to use Garrus as a tank because he also brings heal. But attack penalty is extremely important. I would even suggest bringing 2 attack penalty heroes in the team. So maybe I could have dropped Quarion, because Garrus already does heal, and brought in Irina. Or I could have maybe even dropped Garrus and bring in Irina for more attack penalty, but I would just have to alternate that. And if you can see, I got 1400 scrolls. That can be amazing. 1400 scrolls means I'm going to be able to keep buying whenever the scrolls come back. And I'm quite sure I could even go and buy the rare ones, but I have like 60 of them. So I'm not sure I need them, but I could buy the Scholar Scrolls, and then I can start buying Starlight Stone Dice, which I can use, for example, this season, or save for next season, okay? Let me quickly show you a little bit the build that I have on people. Obviously, everybody's going to have legendary gear and stuff because, well, we're 2 months in when I'm showing this, but you don't need to have legendary, at least you're not going to need to have the perfect artifacts. So Shelter I have built in Platinum Knight, because he's all about enlightenment and attack percent. Okay, that's how he does his damage. Enlightenment over here, attack percent, enlightenment, more then this one a bit of defense, because, well, if you see that some of your people are a bit too squishy, just give them some defense runes, give them defense percent chest, give them some more stuff to keep them survivable in order to do this fight. And then over here I have the Violink, which is the best one for derivative damage dealer. So I could have used whatever, you know, I could have just used the Elven Quiver if I wanted to. Just maybe the fight would have taken a little bit slower, you know, it would have been a little bit slower. Then I have Nimbus as the other DPS. He's all about attack speed, so I have the Wine of Dragon Blood. That gives him more attack speed and attack and some crit rate. Also I have him in the Heart of the Gambler, because he's going to be doing a ton of hits, and because of that, he should be doing a ton of damage with this one as well. So I try to focus on him crit rate, crit damage, attack percent. Again, attack percent over here, crit damage gloves, crit damage on the positive rune, and attack on the negative one. Also a little bit of skill haste. It's not mandatory, but it helps him come back to his skills faster. Then I have my Yola, my Lolita. She's wearing the Witch's Remains, which is going to bring me the defense penalty. But if you do not have this one, just give her the crown, okay? By this time, hopefully everybody should have at least 1 dupe epic. And if you did get that 1 dupe epic, your #1 artifact should be Crown of the Unclean. So if you don't have a legendary one, which like I showed, Witch's Remains, you can use the crown. It's just going to be the smaller version of the defense penalty, but that's still good enough. I also have her built in the, what's it called, Brotherhood Spirit set. So whenever she does her ultimate, she boosts everybody's attack by 15%. That's going to help a lot. And then I try to give her some damage as well. As you can see, crit rate, crit damage, some HP percent, attack percent on this one, crit damage, attack on this one, and then accuracy on the negative rune. Then the next one was, let me see, I think next one was my Garius. So Garius, because he's so tanky, I built him in the protection set, the Ancestral Protection, which basically means that he takes 15% of the damage that everybody else should have. And obviously because he's tanky, he's going to be able to do that. And I tried to mostly focus defense percent on him because that's what he heals off of. He heals off of his defense. So you can see defense everywhere, defense over here, more defense over here. And I chose to give him the banner because, you know what? This one already gives us a base of 195. But it also gives him an extra 25%. So, you know, this one's maybe one of the best for the rare and epic ones that gives him the most defense. Maybe, let me see, which is the other one? Maybe this one might be better. Like if I take it to 20, you know what, I have enough. Let me just level this one up to check as an experiment. So maybe the mask might be better. It would give you more because of the percentage, but you know what? I want to use the rare one because I could, and why not? Why not? I guess, actually, you know what? This one does not count up until you go into battle, so it's not going to show the 25% that we're missing. But still, it's, you know, obviously, anything that gives Garius more defense, that's what you're going to use. And then the last one, Quarian, where is he? Let me see, he's level 95, I think. Yep. He's again in a protection set because all he needs is survivability and come back to his heals. So he's in the same one to try and take the heat off of the squishier ones. And I basically focused whatever pieces I had on him, I just threw them on. And basically what you need in this one is survivability, and then when it comes to the runes down here, like look at this, enlightenment does nothing for him. You want as much skill haste as you can, so he comes back to his healing. I didn't even change his belt. It's whatever I had left on him, I just threw him in there. And then I do have Luminary Orb Gospel again, a rare artifact. I could have used this one, but I tried to keep it with the rare one, see if it works, and it did. So yeah, this is not one of the hardest fights, but still, understanding what you need to bring to the fight is really important so that you can fight the higher stage. And like I mentioned during the fight, it might be important sometimes that you manage it, okay? You might have, like I said, 2 attack penalty heroes in there. Try to alternate them, okay? Try to always have that attack penalty down so that the boss does not hit you too hard. Because if he hits you too hard, you saw how hard he hit even with attack penalty, you can get one shot and the fight's over. But yeah, I guess this is gonna be it for the video today, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel to see when I upload next, and I'm gonna see you on the next one. Peace, love, take care, everyone. Bye, guys.